Hi there. Today, we want to talk about resilience in your teenager. A key part of this is responding well to stressful situations. Researchers have developed a model that allows us to understand how we react to stress, known as the ABCX model. Using this model, we can break down the different elements of stress and understand how much control we have in the situation. This helps us make more sense of the situation and our response, and gives us a starting point to deal with the stressor. A is the stressor. This could be anything from your son coming home drunk, to your daughter forgetting to take her wallet on a trip, to losing a job, to a dog vomiting on the carpet. B is the resources that help you respond to the stressor, such as a savings account, a sense of humor, or strong relationships with your spouse or kids. C stands for our perceptions of the event, such as viewing the situation as an absolute tragedy, a minor stressor, or a helpful learning experience. The X is the amount of stress we feel, or whether or not it becomes a crisis. Let's say your high schooler, who's typically a good student, brings home a failing grade. This is your stressor, your A piece of the model. How would your child perceive this failing grade? How would they expect you to react? Do they think you think their failing grade is world-ending? They're already in trouble for breaking curfew last weekend, and they're worried this test grade will push you as a parent over the edge. They're also seriously concerned what this means for the future of their education. This response is the C in our model. Your child may feel they have limited resources. They don't get along great with their teacher. They feel embarrassed and uncomfortable seeking out tutoring. They've been fighting with you a lot lately, which has strained your relationship. They know you can't afford to pay for their college, which means that college will only likely happen with a scholarship. This is the B in our model. We can see here how resources and perceptions influence one another quite a bit. If your teenager got along with the teacher, they would perceive their teacher as a resource and seek out tutoring. But because they aren't likely to get help, they'll continue to see this failing grade as an obstacle. They perceive you as an antagonist as well, which means they're expecting you to react negatively. Limited financial resources also make this failing grade seem potentially world-ending. If this situation plays out as previously described, it's likely to trigger a potential crisis in your teenager's life, or at least a very high level of stress that can affect other aspects of their life. This is the X. The goal with appropriately responding to stress is to have the X, the resulting level of stress, to be as low as possible so we can learn from this event and continue on with life. While how much control we have over stressors and resources depends on the situation, we do have control over our perceptions. When we take time to evaluate our perception of a stressor, we essentially ask ourselves, is this absolutely world-ending? Can I live with how this event is going to significantly alter my life? What is there to be learned from this so I can continue on and possibly avoid this in the future? Then we can evaluate our resources in the appropriate mindset, maybe even identifying resources we may not have otherwise thought of. Once we've really taken time to evaluate the situation, we're likely to have a low level of X because we feel like we have a handle on it and can continue to function and be happy in life.